Hi, my name's Lauren and I'm 30 years old. My typical day would normally start around 6:30. So I get up at 6:30 and I do half an hour of yoga or Pilates or HIIT or a really quick run, whatever I decide to do that morning, whatever I can be bothered doing that morning. Lucy, my dog, is a Cocker Spaniel. She'll generally come in and join me, and I normally do that in the living room if it's obviously not a run. So we do that. Then around 7 o'clock, between 7 and 7:10, I'll get her ready to go for a walk. So I do a morning walk. We're typically out for around 25 minutes, all depending on how she's feeling really. I put on my running stuff because sometimes she wants to run with me, other times she just wants to mooch around the streets, so whatever she feels like we do. So that takes me normally to around 7:30ish. Then I'll come home, and then around, well yeah, it's between 7:30 and 22, I'll put out Lucy's breakfast. So Lucy gets her breakfast and she's waiting for it and expecting. She'll run in and see Scott, my husband, and say good morning to him, and that's when I'll empty the dishwasher, tidy up a little bit, do as many chores as I can kind of fit in before about 10 to 8. Then at 10 to 8 I go for my shower, so I go for a shower and that takes me till about 8 o'clock. And then at 8 Lucy will come in and join me in my spare room, and that's where I get ready. So it takes me around half an hour to 40 minutes to get ready, do my hair, my makeup, clothes, and at that point it takes me usually to about 10 to 9. I'll get Lucy's stuff ready for the day, so Lucy stays in while we go to work, so I'll put out some puzzles for her and some treats, and I'll get my lunch ready that Scott's already made for me and put on the side, and pack my bag for the day for work. Generally I leave for work 10 to 9 o'clock, depending on how quick I've been getting out the house. And I work in Perth, so it's a wee bit of a drive from where I am. It takes me about between an hour and a quarter, and I drive there. So it's about a 50-mile drive, and on the commute I just listen to the radio and chill out because it can be a wee bit tedious at times. And by the time I get to work it's normally around 10 o'clock. As soon as I get into work I put on a coffee. I should have said that actually in the morning, that I have my coffee when I get in as well, so I have a lot of coffee in the morning to keep me awake. I'll put on my coffee and get my breakfast, which is generally something really quick, like a breakfast bar or something. I don't really have time in the morning to fit that in. And I'll open up my computer and get ready for the day. I'm an interior designer, so I work out of a showroom. I generally work alone as well, so I can pretty much make my own diary, make my own schedule of what I'm doing for that day. I will open up my laptop, read my emails and sort of plan my day around that. Generally speaking, I'll be meeting with clients, designing and drawing for clients, liaising with our factory. We make furniture as well, so I'll be liaising with them, other people in my team. Normally that's done on the phone or email or via like a computer sharing program, because we generally all work on our own in our own showrooms. I don't normally take a lunch break in work because I work quite condensed hours. I work 10 till 4:30 in the showroom, so I'll generally just grab a bit of lunch that I've already taken with me and work straight through the day. Generally speaking, it is about 4:30, 4:45 by the time I finish. I try not to stay too late, although there will be the odd day where I'll be there till about 7 or 8 o'clock, depending on how busy we are. Yeah, so I leave Perth 4:45. The traffic's a bit worse at night normally, so I usually get home around 5:30 to 6 o'clock. Probably more towards the 6 o'clock. Quite look forward to that because Lucy's really good when you come home. She's all excited, and Scott's usually home by this point as well, so we sort of meet, and that's when we plan our evening. Generally speaking, we'll cook from scratch, do a wee bit more exercise and take the dog out for our mid-evening walk. That's generally what we try and get done between the time we get home from work and about 8:30. So depending on how nice the weather is, will tell us how long Lucy stays out for. Sometimes I'll do some chores while Scott cooks, or vice versa, or whatever, so we sort of try and fit that all in between those 2 hours. 8:30 Lucy goes for our last walk for the evening, so we'll generally go out for another wee half hour and be back home for about 9 o'clock. Then we sort of sit on the couch, play on our phones, watch TV, Google stuff, watch YouTube, whatever, and that normally takes us till about 10:30. 11:15, and that's generally when we go to bed because we really like to sleep, so we need a good 7 or 8 hours sleep. Just before I go to bed I'll get my yoga stuff or exercise stuff ready for the next day, and put all that out because that forces me to get out a bit early in the morning if I know it's already waiting for me. And that's really that's a typical day.